Perils of outdoor video making. Bad weather, luck, preparation, and filming. William Hovey Smith, 2015. This is based on events that took place on a hunt near Eufaula, Alabama, which was unsuccessful. Now, I am the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, and as gun writers, we get invited out to events, and this took place during the SIOPA conference near Eufaula, Alabama. Now, I show some video here and what went wrong. This is Hovey Smith with Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, and I'm located near Eufaula, Alabama, with Remington Ultimate Muzzleloader on a hog hunt. Now, this particular hunt is being done from this nice portable shooting stand here. It has a concrete base poured into steel. The vertical members are in fact steel, and it has a nice wooden box on top and a steel ladder going up to it. Now, we have been sitting in this stand since before daylight, and we have been sitting through a number of thunderstorms as a front pushed through. Now, some of these got a bit violent. The description of the stand was the only useful information obtained for 12 hours of sitting in the stand in rain, which was intermittent. But nothing was moving during that entire period. Not even the squirrels were moving, much less any hogs I could shoot, or even deer. Now, the preserve has plenty of hogs and deer, but they just weren't doing anything that day. So the next morning, we relocated to another spot. Now here, we actually saw a hog coming in, and I took a shot at it and missed entirely. As you will see later, I sort of figured out how I managed to do that. About the only thing we know about that bullet is that actually the projectile left the rifle. Okay, so now we're going to have some idea of whether the thing shoots high or low, and I do not know, but whatever it did, it apparently registered no hit on that hog. I looked up the trail, I looked for cut hair. The hog did not squeal when it was hit as it usually would, so that hog escaped, thank goodness, completely unscathed. If I'm going to lose a hog, I'd rather miss it entirely and miss it cleanly than hit it badly. So we're going to get some idea of where this round hit and what went wrong. I think I know. I have the load this rifle was sighted in on all right, in that I have the right bullet and I have the right amount of powder, but I do not have the right powder. This is FFG black powder. This rifle was sighted in with FFG 777 powder, and that is what made the difference. So now we're going to see exactly how far we were off with this shot. I had gathered my stuff in extreme haste because I had only half a day to make a trip all the way from where I live to southwestern Alabama, and that's why I grabbed a long batch of powder. Well, we were aiming exactly at the center of the target here, and we missed by approximately 1-2 inches to the right, and also about 1 inch high. So if we multiply that by 5, the shot was 5 inches high and 10 inches to the right. So I missed the target over the top of the right shoulder. Woof. After the SIOPA conference was over, I returned to the Hawkins Ridge Preserve and hunted for one morning and the following afternoon. But that produced nothing but 12 deer that I could not shoot. I did not happen to see any more hogs that day. So that ended our hunt and our time and our previous arrangements with the shooting preserves. So I left Alabama without any hogs or any game. about 10. And some of those were shootable, but not this season and not this state. In Georgia, they would be today, but not in Alabama. So consequently, we're still loaded up and ready to go. Okay, so this is recording too. Now, just make sure we get the names straight. Hawkins River Hunting Lodge.
Hawkins Ridge Lodge.
Hawkins
Ridge
Lodge, okay. And I'm sorry, but your name?
Craig Hawkins.
Craig Hawkins, okay, that makes sense. But, okay. And the other guys we hunted with was Piney Woods.
Piney Woods, Keith Wade.
Okay. Okay, I'll do the introduction, and I'll ask you a series of questions in interview fashion, and you can, respond back naturally, and I'll supply a lot of information. The event you just held was the
Paradise Pumpkin Patch.
Okay. Well, face the camera rather than me. It's a little bit artificial, but I'll be doing this kind of thing. Craig Hawkins, and the other guy's name?
Keith Wade.
Okay. This is Hobie Smith with Hobie's Outdoor Adventures, and I'm talking to Craig Hawkins. And we at SEOPA, the Southeastern Press Organization, have just completed a very successful event in Eufaula, Alabama. And I am now at the Hawkins Ridge Hunting Preserve talking to owner Craig Hawkins. And we have been here on a hog hunt and also in association with the Piney Woods Hunting Preserve had a very successful quail hunt for our folks. Now, this is a hunting lodge in part, but also something else goes on here. What just occurred?
Well, we are now having our fall festival. It's a Paradise Pumpkin Patch that we have every year. This is the 6th year that we've done this.
Yes, sir. Just yesterday, you said that you had over 1,000 folks?
We did. On Saturday and Sunday, we had around 1,000, a little over 1,000 Saturday and Sunday both.
Well, I was here and people were having great fun. Now, you have a myriad of activities out here. Not only do you have wild species of animals to actually look at, those I happen to notice were camels and bison and ostrich, and which others have you got?
We have a kangaroo, we have zebra, and we have elk and llamas and alpacas and sheep and a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir. Now, for other activities, now there were kids here of all ages, and by all ages I mean from infants in arms to, well, those are my age. And so they enjoyed a variety of things, not the least of which was climbing all over your hay bales out there. I think they got as much kick out of that as anything.
They seem to really love them hay bales. We do have a lot of things with the cow train and zip line and tunnel slide and inflatables, a lot of things going on, sure is.
Yeah, the cow train, they painted up like Holsteins and little cow-type carriers and whip around on tractors, and yeah, the kids had a great time with those, as well as the usual things about hay rides. Quite fortunate, or quite unfortunately these days, kids don't really see very much of the outdoors and very little of the agricultural life anymore.
They don't. It's a real shame, and even though a lot of children live outside, technology is a good thing, but it's also a negative thing that children spend too much time in a bedroom and not outside enjoying the country like we grew up.
Yes, sir. Now also behind us and around us here, we have some various pieces of equipment, like a hay baler over there, a rake over there, and a cutter over here that you may not be able to see with the camera. All of this is old horse-drawn equipment from your grandfolks or somebody?
A lot of it's grandfolks. A lot of I just collected over the years, but it's in the 1800th century. We actually have a cultivator bar, 2 pieces, that was in Oklahoma, and it was there before Oklahoma was a state, was brought down in here.
All righty. Wow. Now, people had a wonderful time. And when and how long does your festival last?
We started in the end of September, run it through October, the first week of November. Monday through Friday, we do field trips for schools, and they come out here and it's an educational type event. They get to see us equipment, and we show them around the old tractors we got and how farming was once done, and they get a big kick out of it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I happened to run into a bunch of those folks too, and that was quite interesting. If someone wants to contact you about attending or find out when and where and how and exactly how to get here and all this kind of information, do you have a web presence that people can go to?
We do. It's called Paradise Pumpkin Patch, and they can go to it, and it's got all the information, and we have over 25 different events. There's one price, includes everything. We'd love to have y'all come.
Yes, sir. Well, we've certainly had a nice event here, and thanks very much for hosting us. And we really look forward to doing it again sometimes.
Thank you.
And that's how it's done.
Right. Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll take this back, I'll put it on my computer, I'll edit it. Those, little mistakes or whatever, I'll cut those out. You can do that. And this will be just one continuous piece. And I'll run I took some other pictures of some of your beasties out here before, so I'll put some still pictures in there.
Great.
Some still pictures of some details of the cabin. And so you'll see how I put it together. But there's no reason. This is the introductory slide of the video I did with Craig that you can see now on YouTube. Now, I did another video whilst in Eufaula concerning my outdoor truck, and yet a third having to do with a conference that I was going to in Vienna, but use this video instead of me making a 34-hour trip to Vienna via way of Istanbul. I have a previous video on how to make inexpensive YouTubes. Now, this one is titled Basic YouTube Videoing for Writers, Artists, and Producers of Creative Content. For information on my books, blogs, and videos, you can go to my website, www.hoviesmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.